Welcome back everyone. We've just picked up the Oklahoma Joe's reverse flow Longhorn smoker. If you're like me and you hate reading instructions, I'm going to take you through step by step how to build this thing. So let's get stuck into it. So to get started, I'm just going to get everything out the box and lay it around me just so I know where we can get started from. Right, step one, we're going to need the leg brackets for the wheels. And the wheels, to start with, we'll put a washer on, then our wheel, another washer, and then our locking pin. And then we'll repeat that process on the other leg bracket. All right, step two, we want to get this cooking chamber upside down so we can get the legs on for the wheels and the actual stands. So make sure you get two people for this because this is bloody heavy. So we'll flip this over and get these legs on. All right, now we can get the legs on. So you want the legs with the wheels on the firebox side. And you want the wheels on the outside. And you're just going to screw these in with the bolts supplied. Then we'll do the same on the other side with the standard legs. Just want to make sure your next bolt holes are on the inside because that's where we're going to put our wood shelf. All right, now our legs and wheels are on. We're going to put our bottom shelf on. So we're going to line up these holes here with the holes in the legs here and use some of the bolts supplied to fix it in. Right, so for getting that shelf on, you may need to just loosen off them leg bolts a little bit just to rotate them around, just so the holes in your shelf and your legs line up properly. No big dramas. So now what we need to do is flip it over. Again, you want two people to do this because it's heavy. So we'll get it started. Right, next we want to put our flat deflector on top of our firebox. So you get the top half of your firebox, your deflector, and then we've just got the nuts and bolts supplied. So we'll fix that on now. And then on the folded side, you want to go opposite. So you want to go your nut in there, and then your bolt. And then tighten them all right up. And we can fit the top half to the bottom half. You obviously want your firebox door on the opposite side to where our firebox is going to go onto the main cooking chamber. So fix it on the inside, some nuts and bolts, so we'll get that started. All right, now we're going to connect the firebox. This is another two-person job because you need one holding the firebox into position while the other person gets the nuts and bolts in place. Once you've got a couple in there, should hold all right, so we'll get that started. Once all your nuts and bolts are on, you get a 14mm socket or a spanner. It'll make this next part easier. All right, and now we can put our handles on. And we'll repeat that process on the firebox door. Now we can put our handle on. Just got some bolts that go underneath there. Just need a little spanner for these ones. While we're here, we'll put our cap on the chimney for the standard flow side, because when we season it, we're going to season it in the reverse flow setup. Then we can put our chimney on in the reverse flow position. Right, then we can put our temp gauge on, put it on there. We've also got an option to put a second one over the other side. So this has just got a second nut on the back, so once you've got it tight enough, you can tighten it up with the rear nut there. Then we can put our front shelf on, super simple. Slot straight in there like that. Right, so now we can go and put all of our grates in. I think you've actually got the option to use either the fire basket or the cooking grate. I'm not going to do much cooking in the firebox, so I'll leave that out and put the firebox in. If you want to set it up for reverse flow, you're going to put the plates in. So we've got our first plate, got a little notch there. I'm going to line that up. So that's the reverse flow setup. So you'll have your wood in there, heat will travel through here, underneath these plates, and then it'll come up through a little bit in that hole, a couple of little vents there, but the majority will come out here, and then back through here, and then sucked out through that exhaust there. And then if you were running standard flow, you'd obviously have them plates out, and your smoke would just travel from there through here and then just out that exhaust there if you had it in that position. And that's pretty much it. We're done. Took about an hour and a half to build. Pretty easy stuff. Make sure you got 2 people for them heavy lifting jobs. If you want to know how to season it, I'll put a link down in the description. Luke's done the seasoning video before. Basically, you just want to start a fire, let it go for a couple of hours just to season your smoker. Pretty straightforward stuff. Looking forward to doing some cooks in this thing. If you want to request something, hit us up in the comments below. I reckon I'll be doing a big brisket to break this thing in. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.